Happy New Year. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, and we'll call this meeting to order at 8:01 a.m. As a reminder, our new call-in number is 971-254-3149, conference ID 866-914-607#. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone to mute your phones. You can do this by pressing *6. Please unmute yourselves when called to speak, again pressing *6. It's very important for all others to remain muted. Thank you. So we'll call this meeting to order with a welcome and Board of Commissioners roll call. Commissioner Scar, are you with us this morning?
Good morning. I'm here. I'm going to pop out for a few minutes for Commissioner-elect Olson signing in, but I will be in the meeting as much as I'm able.
Wonderful, thank you. And Commissioner Olson, are you on at this point?
Hi, Commissioner Bell. This is Isabella. Commissioner Olson is getting ready for his signing in event this morning.
That's fabulous. Thank you. So Doug is being sworn in at 8:15. So maybe he'll even be able to join us by the end of this call as a freshly sworn in commissioner. So thank you and welcome to everyone. We'll just jump right in with Adventist Health Film. We have Eric Swanson this morning.
Hey, good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Let's see what we have today. 11 patients in the hospital, plus 2 brand new babies. Surgery has 5 cases scheduled. Our ambulance crews did 5 911 transports yesterday. No transfers, no transports home. Across Oregon, we have 107 patients boarding in emergency departments waiting for beds. That's 30 less than yesterday. And there's 426 discharge delays, which is 4 more than yesterday. And unless you've got questions for me, that's all I've got for you this morning.
I lost your audio, Eric.
Oh, when did you lose me?
We're not streaming.
4 more than yesterday.
Okay, the next thing I was just going to say, unless you've got questions for me, that's all I've got today.
Okay, thank you so much. Any questions for Eric? If not, I'll say thank you, and we'll move into the Coastal Caucus. Do we have anyone from the Coastal Caucus with us?
It's Suzanne. I'm here.
Wonderful. Happy New Year. Welcome.
Happy New Year. Happy leap year. We've got another opportunity this year to make things right, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I've been working on constituent issues. I took a little time off to go visit my son in Georgia and see how they live on the East Coast, and it was very interesting. In the meantime, I've been working on water, sewer, and road issues, and today I have to run to Salem, but we're going to have a full day of research on some water issues that we're coming in contact with that are going to be impacting parts of our district. This week I'm also going to be attending the Washington County Legislative Briefing, and we continue to work on civil commitment workers, and I'm going to also take a tour of the Hillsborough Community Corrections Department. And so I'm looking forward to that, and seeing how our corrections agencies all work throughout the district, and it's very interesting the ties they have between each other and how they operate. I'm learning a lot about how especially 110 is impacting our rural communities. Then next week we're going to start Ledge Days, and I have a full schedule in Salem of meetings and caucuses, so I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of work has been done since we met last on some of the committees and some of the issues that are really on the forefront. I am looking from the county commissioners for some information on our road situation in South County. I know that we have a dire situation there, and that we're probably, everything we do here with roads costs a lot of money. Have you noticed? And where that money's gonna come from is going to also be a challenge. And so if someone could contact me or my staff to get me up to speed on what is happening, or especially if there is something I can do, please do that. Because I think that moving forward, more information is what will make the difference in lobbying to make sure that we can get the funds to be able to do this. I want to state my sincere congratulations and best wishes to Commissioner Olson. He will do a wonderful job. He has been informed and part of our county operations for so long, and he knows what's going on. And, he is the poster child, in my estimation, for being informed with the correct information and being active. And I really appreciate that, his knowledge and his preparedness in being able to move forward and do the best for our county. I think I will close so that I can get on the road. But I just want to tell people that before you start sending emails to your legislators and your leaders about issues, do like Commissioner Olson. Inform yourself with the correct facts. And then if you really want someone to pay attention to your opinion, you probably shouldn't start off by calling them names, especially in emails. Because that just lives on forever, and it truly is a reflection not on you, not on the person that you are sending the email to. So think about what you're doing. Be informed, be knowledgeable, and continue to be active. So I want to thank you once again for being able to provide this for the county. And if you have any questions, let me know, and contact me if you have any concerns. So thank you once again, and happy leap year.
Thank you so much, Senator. I really appreciate that message. I appreciate your call to civility. I think that hits home with me and probably hits home with lots of people in our community. I hope that 2024 will be a civil year for all of us, where we can work together in greater cooperation. And I'd like to respond to your question about the Sand Lake Road in South County briefly. If you're in town and you have the opportunity to go to the Pacific City, the Nestucca Valley Chamber of Commerce today, they're going to be discussing the Sand Lake Road situation, and Chief Ader will be there giving a report, as will Chris Lady, the Director of Public Works. And I can tell you what I know about it as of late last week is that we are working on a situation, a fix, to be able to open at least one lane of the road, but it'll have to be stabilized first because it's currently an active landslide. And we unfortunately have people driving on it illegally. It's closed. People are driving on it anyway, some people, but it's unsafe. And so it's an active landslide. So it has to be stabilized so that we can open one lane with traffic lights so it'll be, one lane stopping traffic. But it would at least be one lane to provide for, in particular, the convenience, of course, for people who live there, but in particular, our very serious concern is emergency access and egress. So as of late last week, what Chris Lady said was that they could start construction on the stabilization of it as early as January 8th, which is really outstanding that they're able to accelerate this process. Everybody knows it's very important, and we're coming up with a temporary fix as soon as possible. The permanent fix will be considerably longer. It could be years, and you're right, we will need your help for funding.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to be able to be at the meeting at noon, but if you have any other facts, I will contact Chief Ader and find out more information from him also, because he's the person who is being impacted by that the most currently in emergency situations. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Do we have any other questions for the senator? If not, let me ask if Representative Javity is with us. Give him a moment. Well, perhaps not. If he joins us late, I'll invite him to jump in. So with that, we'll move on to the Tillamook County Community Health Center. Do we have anyone from the Tillamook County Community Health Center on today? How about the Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy? Well, let me ask this. Can you folks hear me?
Yes, good morning, this is Gail Nelson.
Oh, good morning, Gail.
Yes,
How are you?
No updates. Good, good. Happy New Year. No updates.
Happy New Year to you.
Just listening and available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for the Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy? Hearing none, we can move on to the Tillamook Family Counseling Center. We have Frank Hannah Williams.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning, Frank Hannah Williams, Director on Tillamook Family Counseling Center and Behavioral Health Services for Tillamook County residents. I don't have any specific methods or information this morning. If you are interested or in an appointment or questions about any of our services, you can reach us at 503-842-8201. And I will, as I said, I will take any questions that we may have, but I don't specifically have a message or any additional information this morning.
Thank you, Frank. Do we have any questions for Frank? Hearing none, we can move on to the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Brown, are you with us this morning?
Good morning, Commissioner Bell. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Good morning. I'll start off by saying that this is, I think you guys are running on a new system, and on this end, on the phone, it's very, very scratchy and muffled. It's very hard to hear. So I'm not sure if there's some technical difficulties with the new system, but I can hear you guys, but it is very muffled and very scratchy. So just want to let you know that. I don't have anything pressing to give out, no information. I was hoping to have kind of maybe a summary of some stats from last year, but because the weekend and the holiday just happened, don't have those numbers ready. So I should, or hopefully we'll have those ready for everybody next week, and I will share them just to kind of give a year-end wrap-up, I guess, of some of the numbers of what we've been doing. So other than that, I can take questions, and then, of course, wish everybody a happy 2024.
Thank you, Sheriff. And thanks for letting us know. We are indeed on a new system. This is our first meeting on the new system, and feedback is welcome and appreciated, because I'm sure it'll take a little while to work the bugs out. So thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Do we have any questions for the Sheriff? Hearing none, let's move on to emergency management. Do we have Randy Thorpe with us this morning?
Yeah. Well, my phone just told me I'm unmuted, so I guess you must be able to hear me, Commissioner Bell.
We can hear you now. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, to start off with, luckily the National Weather Service has not issued any advisories or warnings so far this week, so we're looking pretty good that way. They are saying tides are about a foot higher than normal, so still be very careful if you're going to go down on the beach this week. Looks like we're going to get rain, of course, all week long, because we have such a beautiful end of the year and start to the year, it looks like we'll pick up typical Tillamook weather here, and we'll be getting around a quarter to half inch of rain over the next several days. Looks like Friday will be the most rainy. But luckily, our rivers are predicted to behave themselves this week and stay in their banks, which is always a good thing in Tillamook County. And just as we start this new year, my question to everybody out there is, does your family have an emergency plan? Of course, step one is to sit down with your family and discuss what types of things that you would need and do during any type of emergency. It's things like, are you signed up for the alerts and the warnings? Do you have a shelter plan? Do you have an evacuation plan and the route? Do you know where that route is? Do you have a family communication plan? In other words, how are you going to communicate with each other during an emergency? How are you going to check up on your family and neighbors? And then also that emergency preparedness kit. Hopefully you got one for Christmas, and now you just need to look at it and see if there's any updates and some additions you need to add to that. And if you go to the government website, it's called ready.com. It's just ready as READY.com. Got great information on all sorts of preparedness, everything. And they've got some really good sections on family preparedness there. And I would encourage you all to go and really utilize that website and check out all the great information that they have on that. So, and that's all I have. Just be careful out there. There will be standing water, so on our roadways, just be extremely careful and have a great year.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate the emergency preparedness reminders. It's something that we should all have in mind, and particularly, starting with a family plan. What is our family plan? How will we, if there's an emergency, when the adults are at work and the kids are at school, what's your family plan? And where would people go? Where would people meet? If all of our phone systems are knocked out, well, I remember establishing this with my son when he was in school, that if the phone systems here were knocked out, I made sure that he had memorized my mom's phone number in the valley, so that if somehow we were separated and we couldn't contact each other, we could both contact Granny in the valley, that sort of thing. So please indeed be thinking about emergency family plans. And I appreciate the messaging, Randy. Thank you. Do we have any questions for Randy? If not, we can move on to the Oregon Department of Transportation. I believe we have Bill Jablonski on this morning. Good morning, Bill. Am I mistaken? Give him a minute to unmute if that's the case. I could have sworn I saw him pop on. Bill Jablonski, if you're with us, we can't hear you. Okay, well, we will move on. This meeting is just rolling right along. I think it's because it's the New Year's meeting and we're on a new system. I think we don't have everybody with us, and it's not working quite as in the same way that people are accustomed to. So I'm going to pause with the Board of Commissioners updates because Commissioner Olson is being sworn in at this moment, and Commissioner Scar is there witnessing that fine event. And I'm just going to jump right into the city. So I wonder if we have someone with us from the city of Manzanita.
No.
City of Manzanita? How about the city of Nahama? City of Wheeler? City of Rockaway Beach?
Good morning, Tillamook County and Commissioner. I am here, Charles McNeely, Mayor of Rockaway Beach. really all I want to do is wish everybody a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2024. And back to you, Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I appreciate it, and the same to you.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone with us from the city of Garibaldi?
We do. Outside of the rain and remembering to clean out the gutters, which I just did. Nothing from my end.
Good morning.
There's nice buildup going on there. Yeah. So that's all I've got. Happy New Year.
All right. Happy New Year to you. Do we have anyone with us from the city of Bay City? How about the city of Tillamook? Do we have Nathan George with us this morning? Hello?
Sorry, Commissioner, City Manager McCall, if you would.
Hey, good morning, please.
Yeah, good morning. So just very quick, I want to wish everybody a happy new year and remind you, next week on Tuesday, we will be having our regular city council meeting a little earlier than usual because, that's the way the days of the week hit this year. But we will be continuing our update to our development ordinance and comprehensive plan update. And also, so we are accepting applications for the position of mayor through Thursday of this week. So if there's somebody out there who would like to apply for the remainder of the mayor term, Thursday this week is the deadline to submit those applications. Reach out to City Hall. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Now I will call for Tillamook. Nathan George, are you with us this morning?
That's unusual. I must be on the wrong one.
Nathan's usually here, so I wonder if he's having some trouble unmuting.
Well, I think we just finished this up.
And I don't know that we have established anyone new to give us South County reports, or if that will continue to be Commissioner Olson. So I'll just call out right now, do we have anyone else from South County who'd like to give a South County report? Well, let me just say, I'll talk here for a minute and see if my fellow commissioners show up. Excuse me. That I'm thinking about New Year's resolutions, which, like a lot of people, I often make and don't keep. And I read a fabulous article in the New York Times this morning that has me thinking, and I just want to share the idea of it with you, which is, if you get the Times or you want to look it up, the title of the article is, "This Year Make a Resolution About Something Bigger Than Yourself." And the point of the article is not to focus your resolution on getting organized or losing weight or quitting smoking or whatever, but rather to focus our resolutions on what can we do to make our world a better place, or what can we do to make our community a better place. And this really resonates with me because I have a heart for community, and I think that there are a lot of things that we can do to improve the lives of people around us. There are a lot of things we can do to improve our family life, our community life, to improve the lives of other people. There are concrete actions we can take that make a difference in people's lives. And so I wanted to share a few paragraphs from this article that particularly moved me. I'm jumping in the middle of the article. It says, "In Leaves of Grass," Walt Whitman writes, "This is what you shall do. Love the earth and the sun and the animals. Despise riches. Give alms to everyone who asks. Stand up for the stupid and the crazy." He continues, "Re-examine all you've been told at school or church or in any book. Dismiss whatever insults to your own soul, and your very flesh shall be a great poem." So there, it says, if you're looking for a worthwhile resolution, Whitman is not a bad place to start. The task of improving the world may seem impossible, but it isn't. All it takes is the proper sequence of correct, discrete decisions. Decisions are just resolutions with teeth. He goes on to say, "Personally, I vow that I will frequently visit a children's hospital and try to distract kids with stories. The funnier, the better. I vow that I will phone every lonely person I know, and there are plenty, at least twice a week, just to chat and make them feel part of the living world. I vow to give alms to everyone who asks and to those who don't, and to stand up for the stupid and crazy. The stupider and crazier, the better. I promise to keep an eye out for strays, cats, dogs, and people, and bring them to safety and comfort. I vow to see every wrong as a menace, every wound as an opportunity. And what will you do right now, this week, this month, to make a better world? Stage a protest, send a letter, to right a wrong, or to pro-offer friendship. A thoughtful, sympathetic letter to a friend in sorrow or distress is a powerful thing. Lend a hand, offer a word of comfort or inspiration or support or love. Donate money, or most valuable of all, time. There are so many ways to move this world right within our reach. So, with that, if my fellow commissioners, I'll have one more call out to Commissioner Olson or Commissioner Scar. I don't think they've rejoined us yet, but just in case.
So this is Commissioner Scar. I just jumped on, so we had a
Hey,
quick
welcome.
today.
Yes, yes, indeed. I don't think everybody's navigating the new system immediately, so I'm glad you're back, and I welcome you to give us an update.
Perfect, thank you. Well, my update will be short. I was on vacation last week. I had a wonderful opportunity to take a little time off and spend it with my family in Central Oregon. So I appreciate Commissioner Bell and previous Commissioner Yamamoto keeping things just ticking along while I was out of county. There are a couple updates that I will give you for this coming week. We have the Housing Commission meeting on Thursday morning, 9 a.m., and we will hear 4 more presentations from developers who are looking to receive some of our funding to support either affordable or workforce housing developments throughout the county. We heard 4 presentations in December. We will hear 4 this coming Thursday, and then we will begin as a Housing Commission to deliberate to make decisions on who will receive funding, or who we will recommend to the commissioners receive funding. If you missed the prior 4 presentations, you can get the recording to those at the Community Development website, and I invite you to do that. We had some fabulous presentations. It's very exciting, and I hope that folks will join us this Thursday, either in person or remotely, to hear what else is being proposed. I know that housing is always at the top of the list, and people say, but what's being done? And there's actually a great deal of interest from developers in the incentive programs we've put in place, and we are excited to see that come to fruition. The other thing that's happening for me this week is that our first Association of Oregon Counties Day in the new year. We will be meeting with all of our steering committees to learn what bills may be dropping in this short session that we will be looking to either provide support for or to testify in opposition to if they are not beneficial to our counties. So this is an important day coming up on Friday to really get our heads around the short session, what's coming and what part we need to play. So I look forward to doing that. Monday is also an Association of Oregon Counties Day. I will be in Salem for this one, and there's the rest of our steering committees as well as the Board of Directors for Association of Oregon Counties. So that's what I have coming up. And I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner. Do we have Bill Jablonski on the line now? I think he's trying to. Oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm glad I found you.
Yeah, me too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Are you ready for me to do the ODOT update?
You bet. Please jump in.
Thanks. And thanks, Tillamook County, for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity every month to give some updates on what ODOT is doing here in the county. I just want to let everyone know that we're still continuing on the Oregon 6 projects that are identified in the statewide Transportation Improvement Program, otherwise known as the STIP. We have like 5 projects that are ongoing in design and ready for development for various bid dates starting in 24 and 25. So those are continuing behind the scenes every month as they come in and give you updates. I do want to acknowledge Commissioner Scar reached out to me last month and wanted an update on the camera and weather station proposal at the summit of Oregon 6. I know that Commissioner Yamamoto maybe proposed that earlier in the year of 2023. As you know, our maintenance dollars are pretty rare right now. It's the long-term maintenance is what I'm having a problem with as far as being able to manage that weather station and camera up there. I could probably find some funding to actually have it installed, but the maintenance part is something that's out of my control. I'm working with the ODOT ITS folks and seeing about that program. I know they have a statewide program for cameras and weather stations, and I'm seeing what the status is of that program and whether or not I can put this particular location on the list or even at the top of the list, since we just completed a safety study in Oregon 6, and that was one of the priorities that had come out of that study as well too, as well as from the county, on having a location for the weather station and a camera. So believe me, behind the scenes, I'm working on that, trying to get an update on that as the months progress. Other projects in Tillamook County, the US 101 urban upgrades in Garibaldi is going to go to bid this April 24 for the start of the construction season for the first season for 2024. That is a full rebuild through Garibaldi from avenues 1 through 12, or streets 1 through 12. So there'll be more information coming as far as what the bid results are, when the contractors would start. There's a lot of public involvement that happens on the staging of the construction when it comes out, so people won't be blindsided. It's a very large project for the small town of Garibaldi. It's some improvements that's well overdue for the past 40 years for that community. It hasn't had any kind of attention to it on the section of Highway 101 as far as drainage goes, sidewalk and pet improvements, and pet safety crossing. So we're really looking forward to that one, and that is $10 million of infrastructure going in for the city of Garibaldi. So more to come on that as we get closer to bidding and for what that construction season looks like for the starting of the summer of 2024. An update from Mark Buffington from our district manager. I'm going to bring up his, he's telling me that the usual winter maintenance is at normal levels of service for both day and night. We have a full crew for the Tillamook maintenance office, so they are running a 24/7 operation for the winter months. They did have to do up at Oregon 6 at mile point 35 in the Washington County section. They had to go over and work with those crews over there to do a kind of emergency paving project. We had quite a bit of rain, as you know, for December, and we had a little more slide activity at that mile point range. Crews were out there doing some emergency paving, making sure that area was at least safe enough to drive over, and the smoothness could be improved somewhat through that section to get us through the winter. One of the things I'd also like to report is that ODOT is preparing to work with the legislature for the 2025 session. I know that we have a number of projects and priorities identified in the Northwest ACTS, that's our Northwest Area Transportation Commission on Transportation. We've identified a number of safety improvements, including Oregon 6 and US 30 and Clatsop and Columbia counties. One thing we want to do here in the Northwest area is work with our legislator and Representative Weber on coming up with priorities for those projects identified in those corridors that address safety. That was one of the priorities for the Northwest Act. We want to make sure that we're at the table with the legislature when they ask for projects specifically for those corridors and any other corridors along 101 as well too, that can help improve safety through our section. And with that, that concludes my update for this month.
Bill, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your participation in this call, and sorry you had some trouble navigating our new system, so I hope it works more seamlessly for you next month.
Oh, great.
Sure,
Thanks.
Sure, Bill, if I may.
Please.
Bill, I had a question about the rumble strips. We've talked in the past that there were rumble strips, and I think they were in the 2003-2005 STIP, and the intention was to do those in areas over Highway 6. Can you talk about rumble strips on Highway 6, and if they have gone in, where they will? Are there more to go in? Is it still in this STIP?
Yeah, Commissioner Scar, thanks for that question. So we do have what we call a bucket of safety improvements from the ARTS program, All Roads Transportation Safety, and there's a number of locations in Region 2, which Tillamook County is a part of, that those rumble strips are going to be going in this summer. So sections on US 30, on Oregon 6 as well too. They have a number of rumble strips coming in. I believe the package has gone out to bid here just in January of this year for, again, construction of those rumble strips going in, mainly be a nighttime operation with flagging, make sure that the traveling public is safe and well aware of the operations that are going in for those rumble strips. So as Commissioner described, that is a project along and on several highways, Oregon 6, and also 130 and 131 as well in Tillamook County, where those rumble strips are being installed.
Perfect. So that sounded like summer of 24 for that project. Is that correct?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Wonderful. Thank you. I will get back to my constituent. We appreciate the information.
You bet.
Do we have any other questions for Bill Jablonski? If not, we'll say thanks to Bill again for joining us. We really appreciate your participation.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And so the order of this meeting, we're bouncing around in the order of this meeting because it's gone very quickly because some folks are missing. So I'm going to go back to the cities and invite anybody from the cities who hasn't spoken yet and wants to. Generally, Nathan George is on. If not, we'll do one final call out for anyone who would like to speak in this meeting. I don't think Commissioner Olson has joined us. I'm sure he's busy with this swearing in.
Actually, Commissioner Olson is right here.
Oh, hey. Good morning and congratulations. Tell us about your swearing in.
Well, thank you. I had to get up a little earlier than normal and put on a tie and jacket. So for Tillamook County, that's a bit unusual, but I'm pretty comfortable in that. So far, so good. Yes, Judge Hill swore me in and a few people there, including my dear wife who took a photo, and so that people will actually believe me someday. And so we're good to go. So I'm back sitting in my office, and when we get done with this call, I'll go over to HR and sign a bunch of papers and do what needs to be done to get fully on the system. Today I'm probably going to go back to Pacific City for the chamber meeting at noon, only because I've invited Chris Lady, our head of public works, along with some public safety people, and we're going to talk in some depth with the community about the slide on Sand Lake Road, which for those of us who live in the south part of the county is really a big deal because it adds about 15 minutes, depending where you're going, to get back up to 101 and then up towards Sand Lake area, or if you're coming the other way, you have to do the same thing. So it's more than an inconvenience, it's a safety issue as well for the first responders. So we're going to take that up in some detail today and hopefully get the story out straight. I know there's a significant amount of misinformation in the community, and why didn't the county do this, and where's the state of Oregon, and so on. And so we're going to try and answer all those questions with truthful, honest, straightforward information, and that's usually a good thing. So that's where I'll be at least part of the afternoon, and then hit the ground running tomorrow with the agenda and so on. So yes, I guess I am a full-fledged commissioner. Judge Hill signed the document here, and I'll find a little frame for it, and we're good to go. So thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Olson, and welcome. We are very much looking forward to working with you this year rather, and we have been grateful to have had your company for almost 2 months now. So for folks who don't know, Doug has been working unpaid, learning the ropes for the last couple months so that he could just hit the ground running starting today, and it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing. So congratulations and welcome, and we wish you a fabulous year as commissioner. We're grateful for your service. And we had a conversation with Senator Weber earlier this morning about Sand Lake Road, and I invited her to go to your chamber meeting today, but she wasn't available. But I know that she would like to talk about that more. So you might reach out to her and talk to her after the meeting and let her know what we learned at the meeting.
Good. I certainly will do that. Thank you, Commissioner. And I appreciate the senators following this as well, because this may, before it's all said and done, involve ODOT and some other state resources. I think it's long-term a pretty significant issue, like a lot of things that slide off the hill here in Tacoma County. We seem to be prone for those events, but this is where people come together and find a way forward, and I'm pretty sure that'll happen again.
Thank you. Well, that seems like a good note to close on. Do we have anything else for the good of the order? If not, we will wish everyone a happy new year. Thank you, KTIL, for broadcasting. Thanks everyone for participating. And thank you, Tillamook County, for listening. This meeting is adjourned at 8:41 a.m.